Welcome back to Go Chat.
Welcome back to Go Chat.
Welcome back.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Go Chat.
Welcome back to Go Chat.
Welcome back to Go Chat.
Welcome back to Go Chat. Welcome back to Go Chat.
Welcome back to Go Chat.
Welcome back to Go Chat.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Go Chat. We're here for episode 25.
You know, thinking back on a year of Go Chat, 85 episodes, it's so hard to pick one pure moment that was the most memorable to me or my favorite. But, one thing that stands out to me is just sometimes Tommy says the most funniest stuff ever. I mean, a few episodes ago, he did the Clemson Tigers chant.
Matt's gonna win. He's gonna win with the number one pick because they'll be like, "Oh yeah, Trevor
I
Lawrence."
don't think so, man. I mean,
They're gonna be doing the Tiger thing. They're gonna be like TIGERS, fight Tigers, fight Tigers, fight.
And he's just said so much funny stuff before during the episodes that.
Oh, est-ce que je peux boire de l'eau? That means can I get a drink of water?
there you go. I'm going with the Astros here. I don't trust.
Welcome back, baby. Let's go. Well, I'm going to have to go with Ariana Grande for her song Seven Rings.
Oh my gosh. Before we go into our next segment, Tommy, do you think you could do a cover of Seven Rings for us?
I don't think I can do it. No, I got to warm up vocal cords before I do that. I don't usually drink water, but when I do, I prefer Poland Spring natural water. Okay. Oh, yeah. Merch link in bio. Take a look at it.
Are we done with Poland Spring?
No, we're still trying. I got a bottle right here. Poland Spring.
Okay.
That just sticks out to me. I mean, there's a ton of more great memories. There's the time when I had some really good baseball knowledge. I really kicked it in. I used some notes, and Connor and Tommy's faces were just like, where did he learn this from? Obviously he had a bicep injury, but before that he was pitching at 2.09 ERA, 93 strikeouts in 69 innings, playing great there. And then Joe Mosgrove coming from the Pirates, who was one of the worst teams in the MLB last season, but he was still efficient throwing on that bad team, throwing 55 strikeouts in just over 32 innings. And then Chris Paddock, he had a really good outstanding rookie year in 2019, going 9-7 and having a 3.36 ERA. And, maybe with less pressure, he will rebound from the bottom of the at the bottom of rotation. So I think he can really have an impressive 2021 season. So I think the Padres pitching rotation is decent. But Mike, I agree with you. It doesn't compare with the Dodgers.
Matt, that was incredible.
Who is this? Who is this?
I know.
He's not completely inept about baseball, guys. Come on.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, going to the Nationals, I think that they possibly can put themselves back into the playoffs like we saw 2 years ago. Obviously, their pitching rotation, they have Max Scherzer, Steven Strasburg, Patrick Corbin. But I think it's very top-heavy, and we're going to have to depend a lot on John Lester and Joe Ross. I mean, last year, Lester had an ERA of 5.16, and the year prior, 4.46. And then Joe Ross had an ERA of 5.48 in 2019. Obviously opted out last season, so it might be a little tough. And, last year their pitching was just abysmal, ERA of 5.09. I think it's very top heavy, and it's going to depend on Steven Strasburg's injuries and if Patrick Corbin can sustain success before last year. But hey, it's going to be a really good division to see if the Nationals can get themselves back up in their playoffs. Phillies are great too. Obviously, I was joking about the Tebow. The Mets are going to be good, unfortunately. But yeah, hey, it's going to be a really good division. I agree with you guys there.
Matt, you are impressing the heck out of me today. I mean, you're really like when Tommy comes and he brings like these amazing NFL stats when we're talking about the NFL. Like, I mean, you're at that level right now. This is impressive.
He's above that level. It's not even close. Man, okay, this is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
So that one sticks out to me too. And, I'm sure there's a ton more memories that I'm blanking out on right now, but those are definitely two that really stick out to me with a year gone by on Go Chat.
Coming onto the show every week. I mean, during the summer, we went 2 times a week. There's so many great memories and moments that we've had. I've got to go with our episode 50, interviewing Jake Asman. So, I mean, just take us through those experiences.
Yeah, they were amazing experiences. You guys are so lucky that you still have, time at IC. I know we were talking off air. You guys are only sophomores, so thankfully, when this COVID stuff ends, you'll still have time to go back to school and enjoy it, which is amazing. But
I just think that being able to have someone like him on the show and being able to learn from him and grow us as a podcast, really that was a huge memory for me. And obviously it's our most viewed episode, so it was definitely something that fit well with our fans and fit well with our viewership. So yeah, I would say getting Jake Asman on the show was my favorite memory.
There's been a ton. We've been through like a bunch of episodes. I'd have to say one of them was calling the Bucs winning the Super Bowl from our first prediction. I got Tampa Bay over Kansas City. I'm rolling Tampa Bay all the way. They're gonna have a home Super Bowl. Those fans are gonna be rabid. Tampa Bay is winning the whole thing. Let's go. All the way through, sticking with them. And I'm gonna stick with my preseason prediction with the Bucs. I really think that they're heating up. And call me crazy, but I think that they have a real shot at making the Super Bowl. This is kind of like me sticking with my guns here. I'm gonna take Tom Brady and the Bucs in the Super Bowl. I really think that home field advantage is gonna be huge here. First home team to ever host a Super Bowl. It's absolutely ridiculous what the Bucs have done this season. I think they're going to cap it off with a victory over the Chiefs. And I know you're shaking your head right now, but it was very satisfying to watch them win the Super Bowl after I was on that train the whole season. Winning season 3 of Go Picks, that was a lot of fun. Yes, I did win Go Picks. I did not choke this time. For all you fans out there who wanted me to choke, I don't appreciate it. For all those that have supported me this whole time, I truly appreciate it. And I'm very happy that I'm the king of GOAT picks and my rightful place. And we're going 2 in a row this time. I'm going to pull a Matt with a Buddy Boeheim. I'm calling it right now. 3 GOAT pick seasons in a row. The Celtics Raptors series, you remember that? Even though that was very frustrating for me, that was very fun to talk about. I know I'm gonna go with the Celtics because they're the better team and they're gonna win in 6 games. You saw how they beat Philadelphia. Listen, the Sixers are so much better than the Nets. Nets had 5 players opt out. They had 2 of their best players in DeAndre Jordan and Spencer Dinwiddie opt out. They were just not a good team in the bubble. They were one of the worst teams of the bubble. The Sixers still had Embiid, who gave the Celtics headaches. The Celtics are a perfect matchup for the Raptors. They beat them in the play-in games for the bubble. Listen, their length at the guard position are going to bother Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet. And I don't know who's going to stop Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Who's going to stop them? You got Spicy P and who else? Who else is guarding them? And then you got Kemba Walker. I understand Kyle Lowry's a good defender, but he just will not be able to keep up with Kemba Walker. The Celtics will win in 6 games. And then you got Marcus Smart, who should have received some Defensive Player of the Year recognition. If you watch any Boston Celtics game, he's diving over the floor. He's just a pest on the defensive end. If he's not NBA All-Defensive First Team, I don't know what is going on in the NBA. I feel that Celtics are a great matchup with the Raptors, and they will win in 6 games. The Halloween episode was a lot of fun. Welcome back to Go Chat. Happy Halloween. We are back for episode 48, and we're going to hop right into the GOAT of the number 48. We are in our costumes right now celebrating Halloween. Matt is Captain America. Tommy, he's just a normal Yankees fan. Connor's a nerd, and I am a hockey player.
I'm going to go with Bartolo Colon. Nothing against Bartolo, but, I think he could steal some candy, so.
He definitely loves his traits. You look at a picture of him when he was 20. to a picture, and now when he's 40, not only did he double in age, but he looked like he doubled in weight too. Okay, I'm done.
Mike's done with the dad jokes.
Of course, Go Chat Jeopardy. Welcome back to Go Chat, and today we have a special episode planned. We got Go Chat Jeopardy, and basically how this is going to go down, it is formatted as the famous game show Jeopardy, obviously, as you can see now, and it is based off things we have said on the show or just general information about us. We have Matt with the pineapple, Connor with the watermelon, and Tommy with the strawberry. We have 3 contestants competing for victory. Who will come out on top? Who knows? But I'm your host, Michael Boydie. Let's hop right into it. I don't know what the heck Connor was doing. He was horrible. And the winner is Team Matt.
Team Matt.
Matt is the winner.
What a victory.
Good job, Matt. Great performance today. You pretty much hit every question right in the head. Tommy, you put in a great effort as well. Connor, you tried. You tried. Lastly, the Jake Asman interview was awesome as well. So that was just a little culmination of my favorite Go Chat memories.
My favorite Go Chat memory. See, there's so many to pick. I've been thinking about this. It's difficult. But, we've had a lot of good interviews. I think those have been some of my favorite moments. Interviewing Jake Asman. And
we have a new guest with us right now. Our second interview. We have Jake Asman. He hosts his own radio show in Houston, Texas on ESPN. He is an Ithaca College graduate, proud Ithaca College graduate, and we are so happy to have him on the show. Jake, how are you doing today?
Guys, I'm doing great. Thanks so much for having me. Always great to talk to some fellow Bombers.
Cole Murphy. I'm always enthusiastic. I can't wait to talk to Cole Murphy. I mean, he had some good years with Syracuse. He had some big wins, beat Clemson, number 2 team in the nation at the time. So I'm sure he has a lot of good insight. Looking forward to talking to him.
We are finally here with the former Syracuse kicker, Cole Murphy. Cole, how are you doing today?
Doing great, guys. How are you?
Good.
Doing awesome. Thanks for being on the show.
There's so many funny moments. It's tough to pick.
Woo! All right, Tommy. Anyways, who do you got from Scariest Athlete?
I'm going to go with somebody that's scary for multiple reasons. I'm going to go with Gary Sanchez. Primarily because John Sterling's home run calls that Gary is scary. But he's also scary behind the plate, too, because you never know if he's going to block it or not. He's pretty rough back there behind the plate. So I got to go with Gary Sanchez. I think that's a great pick. It's my honorable mention. But I'm going to go with Ivan Pudge Rodriguez today. And, Pudge played in 2,543 games in his career.
No.
What do you mean, no? I'm going into it.
He played in 93 games with the number 77. 93! Give me the stats only for those games.
Well, I'd prefer not to, Connor. I'm going to give you his whole career. So Pudge had he had 10 hits, 4 home runs. Let's take a look at RBIs. 7 RBIs this week. He's just been outstanding. So got to go with Jock. He's hitting .579 on the spring, which is just, it's remarkable. And, his OPS is 2,110. It's only spring training, but he's been great for them. And hopefully he can provide them with a boost. Juggling over there, Matt. But, he's had great spring, great past week. So I got to go with Jock today.
Matt, put the orange down before you drop it again.
Okay.
Put it down. You're going to put more bruises on it, and then Syracuse isn't going to get in. Come on.
They got enough bruises.
Needs of the Baltimore Orioles. He's only wore the number 80 for 8 games. He's only one of 2 players to wear the number 8. No, I
hold on,
Mike. It's not even a top 1,000 moment all time.
Okay, Tommy, shut the hell up, man.
Mike. Oh, but
what do you mean top 1,000 moment? Come on.
It's not. I can tell you, it's not even a top.
It's not just like some normal pitcher hitting a home run. It's a pitcher who pretty much had the skills of a little league hitter stepping into a Major League Baseball batter's box and knocking it out of the park. Bartolo Colon is Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and he deserves to be one of the top 50 most iconic moments in the MLB.
Mike, it isn't even a top 20 in Mets history. I mean,
You're out of your mind.
How about this? We haven't used the Goat Chat Twitter in a while. Let's tweet at Steve Cohen and say, Steve, do you think this is a top 20 moment in Mets history? And he'd probably say yes.
If he's not, get him the heck out of here. I want a new owner. Bring in A-Rod. He could own 2 teams. No big deal.
Hey.
Yeah, maybe A-Rod would make a better decision on Francisco Lindor, who was pretty lackluster to start the year.
Okay, buddy. We're 25 games into the season, okay? Listen, he's not playing well right now, but we have time. We have time. Don't worry about it.
I think this has gone on much longer than it had to be because Mike is just so delusional.
These are some of the coolest takes I've ever heard in my life. Like, I don't even know. There'd probably be much more if I knew other sports. Like, there's probably some football takes that I'd be like, hey, those are a little out there.
I mean, I don't want to hear when you pick Luis Cessa for the GOAT of the number 85. Seriously.
It was an honorable mention.
Like 40 games in his career.
It was honorable mention.
He doesn't even deserve to be like he doesn't even deserve to be mentioned. Anyways, good segment, fun segment.
Like you picked Paul Pierce for 34.
Yeah.
He's gonna be all famer, though.
Paul Pierce does not compare to Luis Cessa. Are you kidding me?
Like 34 is an all-time basketball number. And you picked Paul Pierce. I didn't come at Tommy for picking Luis Cessa when you could have went Shaquille O'Neal and you picked Paul Pierce.
Who did we go with?
I will defend Mike here. Paul Pierce is a future Hall of Famer, and Luis
Cessa is not.
Paul Pierce was fired from ESPN for doing some naughty things.
Every NBA player does naughty things like that. He was just not smart and posted it all over Instagram. Okay?
But yeah, lots of good moments for me.
My favorite go to the number, it has to be number 12. That was when, obviously, number 12, Tom Brady. And, you know, I went with Aaron Rodgers. I got a lot of pride in my guys.
I can't agree with you guys anymore. All right, I can't do this. Let's go, baby! Aaron Rodgers. Before you go to the comment section and roast me, let me talk. Just let me talk, okay?
And that's something that, you know, we've seen over this past year. I mean, you know, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, a ton of other athletes, Aaron Judge, Buddy Boeheim. Those are all athletes' names that we hear very often. You know, you hear the Jets too very often, and that's just because we have so much pride in our teams. And that's something that I really love. I really don't like the Cowboys. But, you know, Mike mentions Dak's name. He mentions the Cowboys a lot, which, you know, I have a lot of respect for. Just that we're such big sports fans that we have so much pride in our team. So, yeah, going back to the go to the number 12, I obviously had a lot of pride in Aaron Rodgers, and I really believed that Aaron Rodgers was the go to number 12.
Are you calling Aaron Rodgers the greatest quarterback of all time? Are you doing that right now, right here, right now?
He's the most talented, so yeah, he's greater.
Now, obviously, after the Super Bowl, that episode, I kind of admitted the opposite. Tom Brady's the GOAT, but that was definitely the most memorable go to the number for me.
I have to say that my favorite go to the number is a while back, and it was in our introduction to our show for a long time, and it was Mike. Go to the number 7 when we all picked Cristiano Ronaldo and he let out the really loud "see," and all of us are, you know, laughing and
"see." It has to be Cristiano Ronaldo, one of the best soccer players of all time. I mean, he is just an absolute killer on the soccer field. Let me tell you, he's an absolute phantom on the pitch. Let me tell you, he won 3 straight Premier Leagues. He won 3 straight Champions League titles with Real Madrid. He won 2 La Liga titles, 5 Ballon d'Ors. I mean, this guy, he's just a man amongst boys, let me tell you. He's just an amazing player, one of the best soccer players of all time. You could argue like Messi or Pele. I think he's better than Messi, but Ronaldo definitely one of the best soccer players of all time.
Well,
And to go number 7, not
okay.
anyone else.
I'm deaf now. I don't know about you guys.
Can somebody please explain to me what that was? Like, is that what he does?
Yeah, after like every goal, he like runs around, then he jumps and he goes, "See."
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Connor Wood.
You got to put a headphone warning there.
Well,
wait.
I'm gonna agree with Mike without all that extra yelling.
Really just showing that there's a really good bond between us. Like, I mean, early on, that was episode 7 of Go Chat. And now we're a year on and just showing that we had that really good bond and how far it's grown. But yeah, I would say the number 7, go to the number.
Memorable go the number has to be number 7 with Mike C.
It has to be Cristiano Ronaldo.
That was hilarious and still probably one of my favorites, even though it was right at the beginning.
Yeah, most memorable is definitely number 12. I'm pretty sure that that's the same for you. I before coming on here, I went back and watched it. And Jesus Christ, I was about to rip your head off, and I think you were about to rip mine off too. No, let's not keep talking because you could also talk about
Rodgers,
the 3 losses in the Super Bowl.
Rodgers.
That should have been wins. Foles scored over 40 points in that defense. A backup quarterback. I don't want to hear crap about Aaron Rodgers. He also had unlucky Super Bowls against the Giants.
Let's talk.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Aaron Rodgers did. He has one Super Bowl. One Super Bowl. He's done. You've been talking for 5 minutes. Also, the first one, number 3, for some reason, that was also kind of memorable. Number 3, it's pretty obvious. It has to be Babe Ruth, one of the best baseball players of all time. He's just an absolute beast. They're on the home run list, 10th in batting average, 2nd on the RBI list. I mean, he had 342 for his career. What more can you ask for him? He's just an absolute beast, absolute stud. And, yeah, I mean, he's the obvious number 3. No one comes close. But, yeah, number 12 was definitely the most memorable / favorite.
Another funny thing about the go to the number segment is the amount of baseball players that Tommy would bring up that I have no idea who they are, and I would just make the most ridiculous nicknames, from Stan the Man.
I'm gonna have to agree with Mike and Connor. I'm gonna go with Bill Russell. I don't know anything about Stan Musical or whatever his name is.
Stan Musical.
To Caesar Salad, whatever, dude.
So I'm gonna go Luis Cessa as my honorable mention.
Listen, Tommy, I don't know who Luis Caesar Salad really is, but but I guess that's a good honorable mention if you really want. So that was definitely something that stands out to me in the go to number segments. That's just really funny. My favorite go to the week, it has to be the Buddy Boeheim week. Buddy Boeheim, that was my 3rd one that I did with him. 2nd one. It was either 2nd or 3rd one I did with him. And Connor just, called him out. And that was probably one of the only times I was really, really, really mad. I was really ticked off, and, it obviously showed in that episode. And I just think that whole go of the week segment, it was just the funniest segment I've ever seen.
You can pick Connor McDavid. He rides around on skates. You could pick around Jock. You can pick Jock Peterson.
I'd like to see you ride around on skates, kind of.
Like I can't. But he rides around on skates. Jock Peterson just tries to hit baseballs. Buddy Boeheim is a player because of his dad's the coach. Kate Cunningham, incredible basketball player. Lock it down. Go.
You know what? No, I'm not going to take this. You can take your Syracuse fandom somewhere else, because first of all, you didn't even know that we ran 2-3 zone forever since Jim Boeheim's been there. And now you're saying Buddy Boeheim's only on the team because of his dad. He could have went to Gonzaga. He didn't. He stayed home. You know what, Connor? I'm done. This episode is done. I'm done. Tommy, you want to say something? You could say it.
Yeah, I mean, even I knew they ran the 2-3 zone, but
even I knew they ran the 2-3 zone. Come on, Connor.
Hey, Connor's got to brush up on his Go Chat knowledge, first of all. I mean, 3rd place in the Jeopardy. But, hey.
You have to brush up on knowledge that's not baseball. You went with freaking Ivan Rodriguez for 77 because you just wanted to pick a baseball player.
He's passionate about the sport, Connor.
Wow, what a hostile finish to this episode. Oh my god.
Anyway.
You don't come for the Syracuse players, man.
I am a Syracuse fan.
Oh, you're
But
not.
at the end of the day, we are arguing for the GOAT of the week. Am I not? Am I not? We always talk trash. Always talk trash about each other's picks. Do we not?
You went a whole nother level though. You went past.
Do
I
we
went-
not?
You said Connor McDavid rides around on skates. How could you? How disrespectful. How spiteful of you.
Cade
Get
Cunningham.
him out of here.
Cade Cunningham is the best name on this week's GOAT of the Week platter, and you will pick Cade Cunningham to be the GOAT of the Week because it's the right pick. It's the right pick.
You know what? You can't just demand it, first of all. And second of all, Connor McDavid does run around on skates, but you watch a sport where the guy sits there and swings a freaking bat.
Oh!
Then he runs all the way to one base, stays there for like 5 minutes, and then he runs to another base. And then after that, he runs to the next base. And oh wait, if he swings it, and oh my gosh, all they have to do is it's an out. You watch that sport. So you cannot say anything about Connor McDavid running around on skates because that's not what they do.
Tommy, rebuttal.
Done.
I mean, first of all, baseball.
No, Tommy, be quiet for a second.
Don't tell Tommy to be quiet.
I want to pile on to Connor even more. Not even about baseball, but about golf. You watch men stand there, stationary, swing a club, not even as cool as baseball, and then they walk to their ball, which is probably in the woods.
Have to get on motorcycles and like.
Mike,
Golf
Mike,
carts. They can't
Mike.
even walk there.
Mike, I would,
That's what they are. Golf players or peasants.
Mike, they're peasants? Mike, I would love to see you out on a golf course and put a ball as close as they do, as accurate as they do. It's one of the hardest sports on the freaking circuit.
And I would love to see you try to play some hockey out there, man. You would get brutalized.
I'd like to see Buddy Boeheim succeed without his dad. That's why he's not going into the NBA, because he can't succeed.
All right. I would love to get a shout out. You know, go chat. We love shout outs here. One episode where Connor went with this golfer, Dustin Johnson. I'm pretty sure his name was. I went with DeAndre Hopkins, and I remember that being one of the funniest go of the weeks that we've ever had.
I'll start with you, Connor. Who's your pick this week? Are you going to win again?
Well, I have to go with the winner of the green jacket at Augusta National Country Club, Dustin Johnson. Minus 20 overall through 4 rounds. That is the lowest score to ever be scored at Augusta National. He only had 4 bogeys throughout the entire tournament. Now, a bogey is anything over par. Okay. You guys aren't very golf cultured, so I just had to make sure.
Okay.
Only four in the tournament. That is the lowest in any major history in the PGA Tour ever. And he won the tournament by 5 strokes. They could have handed him the jacket on Saturday. He was playing so incredibly well. Through the first 5 holes on Saturday, he was 6 under. Incredible. He played absolutely great, and he showed off and he got his first green jacket. And I think it's going to shoot him ahead for the next couple major tournaments down the line. But for now, we're talking about the Masters, and he won, and he's going to win me GOAT of the week yet again.
Well, I think it's a great pick, Connor, but, I think there's some other good ones as well. I'll go to you, Matt. Who do you have?
I'm going to have to go with Tiger Woods. No, I'm kidding. Tiger Woods played awful. I know that. I'm going to go with DeAndre Hopkins. What? DeAndre Hopkins. I'm going to go with him. I'll just throw up his stats. This is kind of like whatever.
He's not even prepared. I had all my numbers ready. He's not even prepared.
Can you let me talk? He had 127 yards, 7 receptions, a touchdown. And oh, yeah, that touchdown was a Hail Mary. 3 Bills players were covering him. And he got up and he caught that ball and he got the Cardinals the win. The win to put them ahead of the Seahawks in the NFC West, ahead of the Rams also. I would like to shout them out. DeAndre Hopkins is definitely going to win the Go of the Week. I don't know if this golfer is even going to touch the Go of the Week, to be honest. Maybe one vote by one of Connor's friends, one pity vote. But DeAndre Hopkins is definitely 100% going to win the Go of the Week. Also, he did win Jeremy a fantasy game this week, so Jeremy's definitely going to pick him too.
This golfer, I'm offended for you, Connor. It's Dustin Johnson, the best player in the world. He won the Masters.
He is world number 1.
Okay, DeAndre Hopkins caught a Hail Mary to win the game over Buffalo, and they probably had like no chance of winning at that point.
This guy. You know what?
I'm going to what the people like. I know my fans, and I'm going to get the win. This is strategic play.
All right, Matt.
All right.
Somewhere else.
Yeah, we'll go to you, Mike. Who do you have?
I'm going with Ronald Jones of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He really broke that game open against Carolina. It was really back and forth. Carolina was up by a touchdown at one point, and then once Ronald Jones broke out that 98-yard touchdown run, the longest touchdown run in Tampa Bay Buccaneers history, the game just exploded from there. He had 23 carries for 192 yards and a TD. You could also throw on a couple of receptions for that. He's 100% the Go of the Week here. I mean, a 98-yard run. I mean, give me a break. That's insane.
Game winner Hail Mary. Game winner Hail Mary.
Better than that.
He's breaking records out here. Okay.
Dustin Johnson did too.
Oh, come on. No, none of your guys caught Hail Mary. Come on. Nobody won the game. That was the best play of the year, too. I forgot to mention that. That was 100% the best year.
That was the best play of the year if the year isn't over. Come on now.
I don't even care.
Come on now.
Care.
Stop the cap.
What? Are the Jets going to have one of the best plays next week? Maybe they're going to have a butt fumble. They could count that.
I mean, that Sam Darnold run was pretty solid.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. He was probably seeing ghosts there, too. He was like, oh, my God. There's a ghost there. There's a ghost there. Oh, my God.
Anyways. Who's your Go of the Week?
Yeah, I have to go with Kim Ang, the new GM of the Miami Marlins. She's the first female GM in baseball history and in the 4 major professional sports in the United States. So it's an incredible accomplishment. I was very happy to see that on Friday. I think that she's easily the Go of the Week. I think you all have great people as well, but this was a very historic day for the Marlins in Major League Baseball and American sports. So she's my Go of the Week.
Tommy, I do just want to say that that's a great pick. And she's definitely going to be an inspiration to a lot of people, not necessarily only women in sports, but I think we're finally taking the step in the right direction in the sports world where we are finally getting more women in the sports field, whether it be media or management or anything of the sort. So I think definitely getting her into a GM position in the MLB is definitely a step in the right direction for sports.
That pick, Tommy, I gotta say that pick is great. It's gonna touch around DeAndre Hopkins' range, but it's not gonna win. If I don't win, I hope it's you, Tommy. I hope it's you.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it. I think they're all good this week.
Now, I just want to throw out one more fact. I don't know if you guys are still sticking around for me throwing out this fact, but
I don't really care.
In 1997, when Tiger Woods won the Masters, the Augusta National wound up raising the course 500 yards due to how well he played. Dustin Johnson played better than that. So, Mike, you look really bored. What's going on?
Talking about golf, bro. What do you mean?
Golf is electrifying when we're talking about the Masters and Dustin Johnson going 20 under, and now he's going to win me another Go to the Week.
Listen. I'm going to give you some.
I think Ohio State has a better chance of covering a -30 line than Dustin Johnson winning the Go of the Week this week.
Listen, I'm going to give you some
history. The Masters.
I'm going to give you some history about the Hail Mary. I mean, of course, it was perfected by Doug Flutie back in his day. And then we saw Aaron Rodgers come out, throw the most perfect Hail Mary in 2015. Nobody thought it could ever be done again. And then we see Kyler Murray, not as far as Aaron Rodgers, 3 Hail Marys, but still impressive. Definitely impressive. And we look at the stadium.
Wait, is Kyler Murray your Go to the Week, or is it DeAndre Hopkins?
It's the guy who made the catch because he had to jump over 3 guys, including, I'm pretty sure, Micah.
Well, why are you talking about the quarterbacks who were throwing it and not the people who were catching it?
Because he's the person that threw it to DeAndre Hopkins. But
Right.
Hopkins, right. Why don't you talk about the caddy? Why don't you talk about the caddy? The caddy is doing a lot for the guy.
Well, that's actually true. Dustin Johnson's caddy is his brother, and he brings him out on every
Why are you
event.
talking about the caddy now? Why are you talking about the caddy? It's not your pick. Why are you talking about him? Why are you talking about the caddy? Connor, you're just such a hypocrite right now. Like, you want to talk about like Tiger Woods. He's not your pick, but you're talking about him. And then I mentioned Kyler Murray's name, and you're like, oh my God, why are you talking about Kyler Murray? Connor, stop being so hypocritical. Come on.
I don't think I'm being hypocritical in the
You
fact
definitely
that
are. I just
you are
mentioned
talking
Kyler
about-
Murray's name because he
talking
threw
about
it.
Aaron Rodgers and Kyler Murray. I mean, you should be talking about.
Oh my God. DeAndre Hopkins caught the ball. That's why I picked him as the goal of the week. He's the reason why that was the best play of the year. Are you kidding? Did you see that play? That was insane.
I'm not saying it wasn't.
Oh my God. Then why are you complaining that I'm talking about Kyler Murray? Because he's the one who threw the ball. What do you want me to just say? Oh, it just magically appeared in the air. It just magically appeared in the air, guys.
Because Dustin Johnson is the world #1 in the PGA Tour.
I don't care about Derek Johnson or whatever the heck his name is.
At Augusta National.
I'm pretty sure I called Dustin Johnson's and like Derek Johnson a couple times. You know, just small jabs that Connor would, you know, just eat up. Connor, I hope Dylan Johnson wins, but you know,
Dustin Johnson, you.
I just remember that one being really funny.
There's too many to think of. I mean, so many different arguments. Wow. I have to go with when I called out Buddy Boeheim.
Buddy Boeheim is a player because of his dad's the coach. I'd like to see Buddy Boeheim succeed without his dad.
It got you irritated.
You know what? No, I'm not going to take this. You can take your Syracuse fandom somewhere else. Because first of all, you didn't even know that we ran 2-3 zone forever since Jim Boeheim's been there. And now you're saying Buddy Boeheim's only on the team because of his dad. He could have went to Gonzaga. He didn't. He stayed home. You know what, Connor? I'm done. This episode is done. I'm done. Tommy, you want to say something? You could say it.
I got kicked out of the Zoom to end the episode.
That's why he's not going into the NBA, because he can't.
All right. Well,
Thank you.
It's been a great episode of Go Chat.
I think that wraps up this episode. Before Connor gets back in here, starts yelling more blasphemy. Let's wrap it up right now. Thank you guys for an episode. Tommy, Matt, I love you. Connor, please just don't come back for this episode.
I don't think there's any better goat of the week than that.
100%. I couldn't believe I lost that week where I picked Dak Prescott after the Falcons game and you picked Justin Herbert because he scored like 20 points against the Chiefs or something. Rain Dakota Prescott. This guy was one of the only reasons the Cowboys even had a shot in that game. They go down 20-0. Dak fumbles in the first quarter. Zeke has 2 fumbles and loses one of them. I think Pollard also Dalton Schultz lost a fumble. That was the 3rd fumble. He goes to the sidelines. He rallies his troops. He's like, hey, let's just do our thing and we'll be back in this game. Miraculously, they come back and Dak played out of his freaking mind. He threw for 450 yards, threw a touchdown pass, was 34 for 47, over 70% completion percentage, and he also ran for 3 touchdowns. He's the only quarterback in history to throw for 450 passing yards and have 3 touchdowns in the same game. Rain Dakota Prescott is the GOAT of the week.
Doing this doesn't get votes.
We will see.
Matt, I'll throw it to you for your goat of the week.
I would just want to say, you know those guys with the microphone over the huddles. That was Mike because he knew what Dak said, so it had to be Mike.
I know exactly what he said.
No, but I definitely thought about going Greg Zuerlein because he was a big part of that Cowboys comeback right now with that onside fumble.
Big part.
The onside, actually, the Falcons were the biggest part, but
Falcons go of the week.
Yeah, Falcons go of the week. But I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. I talked about the little Joe Burrow last week, a little Tua, 5 minutes ago. I'm going to go with Justin Herbert. I mean, he literally 5 seconds before the kickoff, he heard that he was starting quarterback against the Chiefs, the Super Bowl winning team. And he had a couple risky passes. I'm not going to lie. He had a 1 interception, pretty bad throw, I would say. But other than that, terrific. He was absolutely terrific. 22 for 33, 311 yards. And he was just
yes, he was prepared in practice, but he had no idea what was going on. I hope everything's okay with Tyrod Taylor, but he even looked better than Deshaun Watson against that Chiefs defense.
And Dak Prescott has one of the most miraculous comebacks of all time, and Justin Herbert wins because he almost beat the Chiefs. And I thought that was absolutely ridiculous.
Last week, Justin Herbert won me with that impressive overtime loss, but against the Chiefs.
Very impressive loss. Even though it was for you when Buddy Boeheim won like 3 times in a row, that was ridiculous.
I'm going to go with Buddy Boeheim, who's been shooting lights out for the Syracuse Orange. It ain't broke. Don't fix it. I'm going to go with Buddy Boeheim again. At the end of the day, it's going to be Buddy Boeheim to win the Go Week for the 3rd week in a row.
I also love when Connor and Tom were going back and forth that one time. And Connor had TJ Warren and Tommy had Jesus Christ, Aaron Judge.
My favorite Go of the Week probably has to be, even though I lost this one, it would be TJ Warren against Aaron Judge back in July.
Last week, let's throw back to last week. We had 2 historical Go Chat events. First off, shout out to Mike. He got 0 votes. First time in Go Chat.
I should have picked James Harden. It was in the middle of the episode. I was like, Paul George, James Harden. I was like, he hasn't been playing like, phenomenal. Not like TJ Warren or Aaron Judge. Maybe I'll get a vote. Nope, didn't get a vote. It's okay.
Yeah, but it happens. I'm sure it's gonna happen again. But another historic event was that we went into overtime. This was the 2nd time we went into overtime, but this was probably the tightest race we've ever had. We had a whopping 45 votes. Had to count that really. No, wait, 55 votes.
Yeah, I was gonna say it was over 50.
I can't do math. I'm a sports media major. What do you want? So 55 votes, meaning that we have a clear winner here. Tommy.
Hey!
I am so sorry, but Connor won. TJ Warren, 28-27. TJ Warren edged out Aaron Judge. I gotta tell you, it was the last vote came in like 5 minutes before the poll ended.
You know what stinks about that? I asked 2 of my friends to vote, and they voted for Connor. If they didn't vote, then I would have won. Aaron had one of the best weeks like he's ever had in his career, and somehow he still lost. And I was asking like a bunch of my friends from home to vote for me, and they voted for Connor instead, and he won. But that was a fun one.
I think YouTube was a very fun challenge, if you want to call it that. Obviously, a year ago, I did not really know how to post to YouTube. I've always wanted to be a content creator ever since I was a little kid, whether it was for entertainment, just trying to be funny, just trying to make people laugh. I've always wanted to do that. And I think an opportunity arose when we used this to be our final project, me, Connor, Tommy, and Mike in media industries. And an opportunity arose, and I think it arose at the right time. Obviously, COVID with everything, everything was just, we needed something to fill our time. And I think that what GoChat did for us was something to fill our time and something that we really enjoyed. Being a year, how I grew in a year, I think I'm more comfortable being on air. And you've seen that. If you see Follow the Herd, a radio show, Ithaca College TV, hold that thought. I think I've grown to be comfortable on air, and I've grown to formulate an argument and really, I hate to break it to you, but kind of BS your way through something. There's been a ton of arguments where I was just in the corner, and especially here on GoChat, I was just in the corner. And I tried to find my way out by just simply BSing something, and I think that's something that I've really grown with. And obviously, just editing videos, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, making this is something that I've really grown a handle for, and something I could really put on my resume. Obviously, with Premiere Pro, Adobe Photoshop, Adobe Premiere Pro, that's just something that I've really grown being on GoChat. And looking back at episode 1, it's still rough to look back on. Like, I'm editing this right now, and I'm looking back at episode number 1, and it's just kind of, it's rough because we weren't that comfortable. And I remember doing that in my guest room, and really a place I've been a lot. I went from the guest room to my bedroom to now my college dorm. And yeah, it's just growing comfortable on air is definitely the biggest growth that I've had in the past year being on GoChat.
We came to college, all four of us sports media majors. I don't think the four of us came in knowing exactly what we wanted to do. And, when we were assigned the project in media industries and decided to make the podcast, and I remember laying on my bed and we were all FaceTiming. We were trying to think of a name for the podcast. And then we filmed the episode and I was sitting in my kitchen table and I was just like, this is a lot of fun. I really enjoy what we're doing here. And it's something to put on a resume. It's something that we can hold on to for a long time. So, I wouldn't say that just myself personally grew, but I think we all grew. I mean, we are now through 2 years of college at Ithaca, and I have a pretty good understanding of what I want to do post college. I mean, I love radio. Obviously, you and I have our radio show, Follow the Herd, and I love being in front of the camera. I like being behind the camera. Obviously, I've done some of the graphics and so to speak for the show along these past several months. But I just think us as a unit, we've grown so closely together that being a part of Goat Chat for a year, I've found 3 best friends for the rest of my life.
I think like developing like an argument wise, a lot of people can say, oh, you want to be a part of like the shows on ESPN and stuff like that. Like once you start, you go back after like 80 something episodes of doing it, you realize that you definitely could have gotten a lot better. So I think that like formulating like an argument and articulating it to the best of your ability, obviously that's constantly improving. But even with some of the classes we take at Ithaca with like the public speaking that you and I have taken with Scott Thomas, the 10th step and all that stuff. But yeah, I think that's definitely one thing I can take away. Just content creation as a whole. Trying to be creative and creating topics for episodes and stuff like that. It was definitely really tough in the beginning when there was nothing to talk about at all. Sports were all gone. We were just talking about hypotheticals, but now we're kind of more lucky, even though we're in the middle of the season and there's not necessarily anything to talk about. We have actual sports going on. So I think that's some of the ways that I've grown since we started Go Chat.
I think I've grown in a lot of ways. I think, that being on air has been a lot of fun and given a lot of good experience. And, I think I've learned a lot about a lot of different sports because we all know I'm mostly a baseball guy. So it's been good to learn about basketball and football and expand my knowledge.
My goals for next year, I think I want to, I want to grow. I really want to grow because I believe in us. I believe in Connor, Mike, and Tommy. I believe that we could do something big, and I just really want to grow. Obviously, it takes a while for someone's YouTube to grow. You don't see someone get really popular right away unless they had obviously an outlet to get really popular or a family member, etc. So I just really want to grow. I really want to get to 500 subscribers. 1,000 subscribers would be a long shot, but it's something that I believe in us. And it'll obviously posting. I want to be more active on Instagram. I want to be more active on Twitter. I really want to be active in all these spaces, and I just want to get better. Because that's what life's all about. It's getting better and getting better and getting better, and it's just being really comfortable in a situation that I believe that Go Chat is something that we could be able to do for a few more years. Obviously, they don't expect us to be here 10 years from now. With kids, obviously, we're not going to be doing Go Chat, but something that we could do for the rest of our college careers and maybe even a couple years after that. Who knows?
The main goal is to try to catch you and go to the week. I think that's everyone's goal at this point. No, I mean, I think for the podcast, just to continue to grow, obviously, things are going to get a little tight and uncertain here as we enter, especially the spring semester of junior year, because you and I are going to be out in LA for college. But I just want to be able to continue to grow and have great times with you guys. You know, every time we get on, whether it's on air or off the air, there's always laughing involved. You know, just having a great time with, again, 3 of my best friends and growing our viewership. Just getting more experience at the end of the day. You know, as I've said, we came to college to be sports media majors, and I think Goat Chat has been a really big influencer in helping us decide what we wanted to do for the rest of our lives. So my biggest goal for all of us throughout the next year is just to continue to grow as a unit.
Some goals, definitely still want to grow here. You know, hopefully we can hit 500 subscribers by the time we come around. That would be awesome if we hit 500 subscribers. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that by our 2-year anniversary, but hopefully we just keep pumping out the content, hit 1,000 on Instagram. That would be awesome. You know, we'll need some good fortune with that, and we'll jack up the uploads and stuff during the summer. But that's definitely some stuff I want to do with us, and just maybe like content creation of my own. I kind of want to, I applied for like this like thing where I would like create TikTok content like for like fantasy football, but even if I don't get that role, I'll go off and do it on my own. So that's something to look forward to coming this summer. So I'm really excited for all of that.
Well, I think there's, you know, a lot of different goals. I think as a podcast, we just want to keep growing, right? And, you know, get more subscribers, more followers on our socials. And I think it would be fun to have some more interviews, but, you know, just keep expanding on what we've been doing. I think we've had a great first year, and I just want to keep it rolling.
I would just like to shout out our fans, family members, you know, everyone I can, like on the mic pod, Fan Alive Sports, Ethan on the mic, Seb Talk Sports, all those guys, Intentionally Foul, guys that really helped us to get to where we are. I remember DMing a bunch of content creators. Being put into a sports content group was really cool. And, you know, even to our fans, the family members that are just watching this, and, you know, it means a lot because a view goes a long way. We've said it a lot of times. Obviously, you know, there was a stretch when we got a ton of views on our episodes. I think it was 49, 48, 50 stretch. We had one later in the 67 range. And I remember getting those stretches, and I remember what it felt like. It felt like amazing. It felt like we just completed something really cool. And to see a lot of views on our episodes just means a lot. So I just want to thank all of our fans, all the people that view our episodes. Obviously I'm editing this so I could get a little more airtime. I would just like to thank Connor, Tommy, and Mike for putting up with myself, obviously, but really just making all the memories. You know, it's weird because we're on a computer, but at the same time it feels like we're all together, and it feels like it's an actual memory that I'm going to remember for the rest of my life. And, you know, we're only 1 year down, and I can see us going for another year. So I just think we really need to shoot for the stars for this next year, and hopefully we can get there. Of course, there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be things in our way. There's been times where we had technical difficulties. There's been times where we barely could get out an episode. There's times when we had to cancel an episode. So obviously there's going to be obstacles in our way, but I truly believe that we can do this for another year. So here's to another year. And hopefully next year for our 2-year video, I can make this again.
But bam, we're back with Go Chat. What is up, guys? How's it going?
Dab, dab.
But bam, we're back with Go Chat. What is up, guys? Connor, keep it together, man.
No, I want to see him go. Woo, woo. I start all my segments like that. I get fired up because it comes back from the back. If they be yelling at him, like, what's up? They're not going to like it.
Bam! Welcome back to Go Chat. What is up, guys? We're back with episode 29. We are so excited to bring you another episode. Oh, damn it!
You should slide in.
No, I got carpet. It doesn't slide.
Oh, bam! Everyone, welcome back to Goat Chat. Bam! Welcome back to Goat Chat.